On today's episode of Touch 'em All Sports Radio, we talk just about everything we talked about yesterday, but we kind of go back and we talk more in depth on it. Ethan, we had a really great show yesterday, in my opinion, my honest opinion. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a very fun experience, and I felt very well prepared for that episode.
Yeah, it was great having those guys in here. We really enjoyed having Professor Jones's class here. Let's talk about the NCAA basketball. The whole thing that's went down with coaches and the players getting paid and stuff. The Louisville Cardinals got their 2013 NCAA basketball championship revoked. Like, it's out. That never happened, if you ask the NCAA, which is weird. It's odd. It's different. But I think the NCAA is definitely getting their point across, in my opinion. Ethan, what do you think?
I think that they've known this is happening for a while because it got serious enough to where they had the FBI investigating it. So obviously this has been a known occurrence. You find someone out there who talks about sports and knows college basketball. Most people know that there's an exchange of money going on to get you to go somewhere. Yeah. So I think they've known this is going on, and I don't think this is taking away someone's national championship, it's cool. You told them not to do it again, but what else is going to happen?
I think this is more than a slap on the hand.
It is, but what else do they? They aren't losing scholarship offers.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
They're losing a lot. Arizona is actually ineligible for the tournament.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm hoping to happen to teams that are doing this.
Some teams are not eligible to be in the tournament this year, which just throws a huge wrench, like a monkey wrench, into the March Madness. It's anybody's game now. Usually you got teams that they'll dominate, but it's different. And coaches are getting caught. So if you're paying your players, coaches, better quit. Ethan, yesterday you talked about Kevin Harvick and NASCAR.
Yes, and something else came out of Kevin Harvick's name. Yes,
Kevin Harvick's crew got fined today. Not a huge fine. $10,000 for a loose lug nut. But he won the race. That win does not get vacated. He still keeps the win. It's just a little fun tidbit of information. He got a win vacated. I don't really think there's anything else to talk about NASCAR-wise. They race. I don't know where they race this next upcoming weekend. I have no idea. Let's talk about something that you and I can pretty much get on the same page. The NFL Combine. The weigh-ins were today, and the Combine starts tomorrow. This is big. A huge draft class out of this, a lot of talent in this draft class. Ethan, what do you think?
I'm really excited to see how the Combine goes out. I don't know if I think any previous records are going to be broken, but I think that I always enjoy watching the Combine, seeing the results, and you're watching people who might grow into a superstar career. People post pictures all the time of Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady's 40 times in their respective combines. So I think it's really fun to watch. You never know how a person's career is going to turn out.
Yeah, and I don't really think the Combine has such a huge effect on where you're drafted, really. Because you look at Julio Jones, his Combine really affected his draft stock. He was supposed to be a later round pick, but had a really good Combine and ended up going earlier. Or it's the other way around. I'm not really sure. It's a really groggy Wednesday, and I'm here, I'm there. But Julio Jones was one of the other. Tom Brady's Combine was less than desirable. Tom Brady was a very skinny, very scrawny guy, and he showed up to the Combine like, oh wow, this guy's a joke, and he wasn't a joke. So, Combine. You a fan or not a fan?
I love the Combine. It's a great place for teams to go out and evaluate the players they think they might want to take. Yeah. If someone has a good Combine, that might raise their draft stock. They have a bad Combine, they might drop. So I think it's kind of like in baseball when you have showcases where you get to see players, and this is just kind of like a final hoorah for the college players, see what they can do and see how they can impress the coaches.
Yeah, and I think that you can't just look at the combine either.
No, absolutely not.
No, because people know what the NFL Combine is, and these
But
players.
also, the coaches go in there knowing what players they want to take a look at. They don't go in there and just watch every single player and see what they do. They know which players they think they have a chance of getting.
Right, but and these players know what the NFL Combine is. People know what the NFL Combine is. So, like, nerves, you have to factor in nerves, I feel like. That's a big thing. Ethan, who is your number 1 draft pick this year? Who do you think goes first?
Well, since the Browns have the pick, I think they're going to do something very dumb because that's just in their nature to do something that sounds like a terrible idea to everyone else, and it's going to work out terrible for them. Proven fact that's going to happen. But if it were me, I'd go out, I'd pick Saquon Barkley. Just look at him. He's a great running back, put up great stats, very fast guy. He can run through people, run over people. It doesn't matter. I think he's a great pick. Hopefully the Browns realize they need to do something other than just draft another quarterback for the 15th year in a row.
Yeah.
And they need to go out and find someone else to start a offense behind. I mean, yeah, they have Isaiah Crowell, but how much longer does he have? He's young, but he might want to go somewhere else. He might get tired of playing for the Browns, who are a very good program.
Right.
Maybe even the Calvin Ridley, Minka Fitzpatrick, try to get a defensive guy.
Here's something I'm tired of seeing is, and I know I'm not trying to take away from these guys at all, but offensive linemen going so high, offensive and defensive linemen going so high in the draft. Defensive, I can make the case a little bit more for. I can see taking a defensive lineman in the first round, like real high. Offensive lineman, though, I
don't understand it.
I don't get it because I'm going to receive a lot of backlash for this. I can already feel it. But you can make a lineman. You can't make a skill player. You know what I'm saying? You can beef up any dude over 6 foot. You can beef him up and make him a lineman. But you can't make skill players. You can't make your Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Roquan Smith. You can't make these guys. Those guys are made, are born. So that's just me.
I mean, I get it. How offensive linemen are the most underrated position in college football. They sit there, they do all the work, and they don't get any credit for it. But I mean, if you just kind of stand in front of someone long enough, and don't let them past you, aren't you doing your job? Just standing around.
Yeah, and that's going to be an unpopular opinion. We're going to have some people listen to this, and I'll probably receive some hateful text messages, like I did when I said that the Falcons should draft a quarterback. I got some serious backlash for that one, but I'm going to stand by it. I think that Matt Ryan's reaching the end, and you got to start training somebody because Matt Ryan's not going to be here forever. And look around, and people in the league have made mistakes before by just throwing a rookie quarterback in there, like Johnny Manziel with the Browns. They just threw him in there, and it didn't work out. So I think you gotta train a quarterback for a while. It's not a position you can just pick somebody up off the streets in the draft. You gotta work on it a little bit. Ethan, you're the Atlanta Falcons GM. Who are you taking on draft night?
Well, what pick? Don't they have a later pick?
They do have a later pick. That's true.
I mean, if it were me, they're a team that they don't have a ton of weak spots, honestly. I mean, yeah, they don't always perform well, but they don't have a ton of weak spots. So if it were me, I would just take, the highest rated player that was left in the draft that might have gone through unpicked. If, say, no one picks up Calvin Ridley and you still have – they have, 17th, 22nd, something
The Falcons' pick is the 26th pick.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously Calvin Ridley is not going to fall that far, but if he does – why would you not take him? Roquan Smith falls that far. You don't need a linebacker necessarily, but why would you not take a pick like that?
Right.
So if it were me, I would just take the highest available because you don't have a ton of gaps. Get you a player that you think may play sooner rather than later.
And if Baker Mayfield is there, like you said, if a player like him of his caliber is there, you'd be ridiculous not to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Baker Mayfield. That's at the least, it's jersey sales or trade bait. That is just me.
I would probably buy a Baker Mayfield jersey.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. If the NCAA wasn't so strict, I'd buy a college one. But that's
also buy NCAA 18. But
the video
it's a different conversation.
But that's something we could talk about, Ethan. NCAA 18, the video games, NCAA video games, they need to be back.
Well, actually, that's a funny conversation. Funny that we got on this.
Let's talk about it.
I was on Twitter the other day, scrolling through, and all of a sudden I see this post from some guy. I think his name is like Ed O something. I don't know what it was, but
Ogeron, the coach of the
no.
Tigers?
But he said he posted an article that he wrote talking about how they needed to pay NCAA athletes, and someone I know quoted the tweet and said, "It's your fault they took away NCAA football." So I got curious as to who this guy was, and I clicked on the post he posted, and I scrolled through, and there were literally thousands of comments just dogging this dude for being the reason they got rid of NCAA football.
So he's the reason they got rid
I
of
think
it?
he's the one who tried to file a lawsuit or got the players together to speak to him. I don't know what happened, but they were just dogging him, saying he was the reason they got rid of NCAA football. And I think it just shows you how popular a game like this would be, because you can't say you need to pay college athletes when they are being paid. Proven fact, they are being paid. NCAA basketball players being paid.
But
maybe not in football, but
illegally.
They're being paid. So you don't need
Illegally.
to say you're using their likeness and they're not getting money from it. They're playing. You have enough followers. You're good enough. You're gonna get paid in 4 years from now. I don't think that
you can sign a couple of autographs. I think they should be able to sign autographs for
absolutely.
money.
I don't understand why.
I think that's
I do not understand why the college programs that they are on make hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly millions of dollars, and they don't see it. They don't see a dime of it. I mean, not getting paid for that. That's okay. They're getting an entire college education
for free.
So that makes up for itself.
Plus, you're getting like a weekly allowance for food,
and you're also getting your name out there to the NFL.
Yeah, people know who you are.
But why they can't sign autographs doesn't make sense to me.
You can't make money off your own name in the NCAA, which is
absurd,
ridiculous. But the school can.
The school absolutely can.
Because you see, we talked about this a long time ago, Ethan. I don't know if you remember this, but you, myself, and our friend Dylan, a long time ago, we sat in our room and we came up with an air quote podcast, and we talked about this. Did we not?
We did.
We did not. So Dylan, if you're listening, our conversation has made its way back around on the carousel.
What are the odds he doesn't listen?
I'm going to send it to him. He's going to have to listen. So Dylan,
don't tell him at which point we start talking about it.
Yeah, just say,
hey, dude, listen to this.
So Dylan, hey Dylan. But we talked about this a long time ago. You go to a university bookstore, and you can see the jerseys there. They've got okay, Ethan, let's play a game. I'm not. This is totally off the script. This was not in our outline at all. So excuse me if I jump around a little bit. Ethan, you walk into the University of Georgia bookstore, and there's a red jersey up there with a white number 7. Who is that?
Lorenzo Carter.
Or?
What do you mean or? Are you talking about like now?
Yeah, just in all time. All time.
Well, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford. You walk in and you see a number 11. Who's that?
Aaron Murray.
Or?
Are you talking about? I don't
yeah,
understand.
We're talking about
right now. Or are we talking about all time?
You've totally debunked my argument. But it's Jake Fromm. You know the number.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I don't know if
Jake
you're
Fromm.
talking about now or all time. You're getting me confused.
Okay,
all right,
we're talking
let's
about.
Try again. I'll go current now and then all time after. All right.
We'll just do current anyway. You walk in, you see a number 6. Okay, this is this is totally off. You've messed it up, but you get what I'm saying. You know the numbers and you know the players, right? You know Jake Fromm's number 11. You know that Matthew Stafford was number 7, and you know that AJ Green was number 8. You know all these guys, but you turn the jersey around and what's on the back?
Blank.
Just the number, and you go to the University of Florida. There's a number 15 there. A blue number 15 jersey. Who's that? This isn't hard.
Oh, sorry, I was checking. I got
This isn't hard.
I got a text from a teacher we used to go to school with.
Talking
about the incident that happened at our school today. That's besides the point. But what was the question you asked?
University of Florida bookstore. A blue.
Tim Tebow.
Yeah. See, it's easy. But you know how much money Tim Tebow is going to make off that blue jersey?
Not a dime.
None, because his name's not on the back, and it's ridiculous, and it's all out of whack, and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm, if I was a college athlete, I think I'd be upset that you're selling my number. I mean, it's not really my number, but it's my number, you know?
I would I just think the NCAA video game should come back. That is millions of dollars. You know how many people would buy a copy of that if it came out again?
Oh, people would be camping out.
I would camp out, honestly.
Yeah, we would camp out. It's just, it's sad. It's sad that it's gotten to this. So,
I think the NCAA is doing a very bad job of running their organization currently, and there's a lot of people that are following in that same belief. I think there's a few things they could do to, kind of step up a little bit and assert their dominance in a way, and also, give some freedom.
Yeah. Don't be such a.
They're trying to run a dictatorship, but they're doing a terrible job at it.
Yeah. So hey, NCAA, be the fun uncle for once in your life. Adam Silver sent a reminder to all the teams, all 30 teams in the NBA. Adam Silver is the NBA commissioner. He sent a reminder, said that tanking has no place in our league. If you're not familiar with the term tanking, it's where NBA teams purposefully do terrible to get a top draft pick.
I mean, maybe the Browns are smart.
But the you tank for a couple of years and then you turn things around. The Browns
They've been tanking since 1999.
They're not tanking, they're just bad. But the NBA tanking is a real popular trend. 76ers did it for a long time where they were just purposefully bad. And the Dallas Mavericks got caught up in it. Mark Cuban. Some people say the Atlanta Hawks are doing it right now. So the Atlanta Hawks have to win a couple games every once in a while, so they're not suspected of tanking. But I think tanking's an okay idea, as long as
it's a smart business choice.
As long as the fans, are in on it.
If you're already a losing program, what's it going to hurt you?
Here's the thing, though: teams are going to do that. Teams are gonna tank. And you can issue as many statements as you want, but teams are still going to tank. So that's an unpopular opinion of mine, I assume, that keep tanking. Teams are going to do it. Let's move into our hot take segment. So, look, Ethan, it's a tour. That's a tour. A tour just went by.
We have a window next to the studio we record in. So every time someone passes by, we get to see everything that happens.
That's neat.
A tour right there.
That's neat. Well, that was the first time it's actually happened, and I've been paying attention.
That was a dude who I've seen before, but I don't know who it is giving the tour. He's in the plays,
He's in the plays. I think his name's Noah. He just shaved his beard, so he's almost unrecognizable. But that was neat.
He does a great job in the plays, but I've never really talked to him.
A tour just walked by. So if that student that was on that tour, I think he was wearing a red jacket. If you come to Shorter, if you went on a tour, if you're listening to this 3 years in the future, and you came to Shorter on a tour on Wednesday, February 28th.
There he is. He's wearing a red rain jacket.
Yep. He went by the other window. So you know what? This is neat. I feel almost important. But
we're at the draft combine. We saw someone who might have a bright future here.
Yeah, for sure. But I totally forgot where I was going. I got so excited.
I think you're talking about hot takes, but I don't have a single hot take. So
when I saw the tour go by, I got really distracted. So, but that was neat. Ethan, any hot takes at all?
Nope.
Maybe after we watch the combine.
We just got to have something happen. It's been a little while since something important happened.
It's been a dead period in sports. The Olympics were cool. Congratulations to the United States women's hockey team. They won gold. So, USA's the best. I don't have any hot takes either. I'm thinking in all aspects of the game.
Do you want us to keep it a little bit shorter today? See if people listen. If we have more viewers because it's a shorter episode. Let me check the time real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and check that time. If you don't know, this show is totally live, and it's slightly scripted. We have an outline, but
stuff happens and we just kind of go.
We go by as much as we could. We're at how many minutes?
We're at 20 minutes right now.
20 minutes right now. I think we're going to call it a day. No hot takes. Again, we're going to remind you, just like the tour, if you're walking by the studio, Ethan and I are in it, the on-air light's on. Doesn't matter. Tap on the window. We'll wave at you. We'll talk about you no matter what we're talking about. And we'll lose our train of thought, just like I did earlier. Follow us on Twitter at TEA Radio SU. If you've got a hot take, gosh, please have a hot take. Tweet us.
We could go for something to discuss.
Hashtag hot tea take or hot tea take is the hashtag. it can be about anything. I talked about Skechers the other day. It can be, just don't let it be about UCF. Ethan has talked about that so much. It's
Or LeBron, please. Please no LeBron. We'll talk about him again within the next 2 weeks. But
beggars
please no
can't
LeBron.
beggars can't be choosers though, but we really don't want to hear about LeBron or UCF, which is
I do want to hear about UCF. I want to hear what someone else says so I can tell you why you're wrong or right. We'll see.
that's all. Ethan stays up at night thinking about ways to destroy UCF. Ethan, you got any closing remarks? Hey, I'm glad you're here today.
I was supposed to have a baseball game today, but it got rained out, and
I'm glad
I ended up being here.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
you'd been alone.
I
that
would have had
been fun.
somebody step in.
Who'd you have gone for?
Probably Tate, our friend Tate. Or Alex Fisher.
Alex would have been funny, even though he does make up words very often that you might not understand, but he's a cool guy.
Yeah. This episode today has been.
We got to tell Alex to listen to the radio show now because we shouted him out.
Yeah, Alex, listen to the radio show. Hey, Alex, this is the end of the show, Alex. Though, so.
See, Alex, make up some words for us.
Ethan, I'll see you on Monday.
I'll see you in about, I don't know, the next 10 minutes when
I'll be
we were hanging out in our room.
I'll be back in your room. But we'll see each other in the studio. No, dude, spring break. We're not going to be here. We're not going to be here over spring break.
Hey,
so,
let's record a podcast on our phone and release it.
okay, no. But I'm not going to talk about any sports over spring break. I'm going to let all this sports information accumulate, and then we're going to chop it up in half, and then we're going to come back on next Monday and Wednesday, and it's going to be a banger. So
sounds good to me. Have a good spring break, guys.
Yeah, we will see
Enjoy
you. We will see you on Monday. What's the Monday after spring break?
Give me about 6.5 seconds.
It's March
5th. Yeah, no, March 12th. March 5th is spring break. March 12th.
So yeah, we'll see you Monday, March 12th, 2018. Have a great spring break, Shorter Hawks. I'm Justin Franklin.
I'm Ethan Payne.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Yeah.